Family, what's going on? Breaking news on this fine Saturday, July 5th. Jeriah Edwards has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is another big-time commitment. I mean, this is a 5-star. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the scouting report. I need you guys to hit the thumbs up on this video. It has been really remarkable to see what Coach Kalen, DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, the entire staff has done during the late part of June and going into July. It's just been absolutely dominant. I'm sure you saw Noah Wilson on the 4th of July, and the fireworks continue to spill over into Saturday, July 5th, with Jeriah Edwards announcing for the Alabama Crimson Tide. You're talking about a player that is 6'2", 205 pounds. I'm going to show you his highlights in just a minute, and you're going to absolutely love what you see. He's very violent downhill. He's got a lot of big hits. He's going to come, and he is very physical. He's college ready. He has a build to play. I think right now, it's been amazing to see some of the guys recently that Alabama has committed. And I feel that these guys could probably play this year. Like, for example, Jeriah Morgan on the offensive side, 100%, I think this guy could play already. Jeriah Edwards fits kind of that similar build. You look to the fact that Alabama beat out Georgia, Oregon, Texas A&M, Auburn, right? It's amazing to see what they've been doing. But let's run the tape. I'm going to hear from you guys inside the comment box. Be watching when we look at the tape right here. Who is a comparison in terms of what he brings to the table? We'll run the tape right now because I think, one of the things that really stands out that you see time and time again is the physical play of Edwards. Here he is right here kind of off the line. You're going to see him blitzing. A lot of blitzes. He's very, very physical, and he'll get in there, and he'll be very disruptive. Look at that. Do you see that kind of the impact that he has on every single play? It's going to be time and time again. Here he is working at that Husky position, as I would imagine he played probably in the 4-2-5 defense. My goodness, geez. Yesterday I was blown away with Nolan Wilson's film, and now we look at what Edwards is able to do on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary. And it's kind of been nice to follow how Alabama's commitments have been coming in, right? We've got our offensive players, and then most recently we've got some defensive players and some defensive dogs. And one of the things that I talk about with Coach Kane Womack's defense is, man, Coach Kane, Alabama was when Coach Kalen DeBoer came in. Coach Kane Womack, man, he restructured the defense, right? And he put in the 4-2-5, and a lot of people were curious to see how that would work out. And here he is on a field goal right here. Let's see what Edwards does. Coming off the edge, very explosive. That's the type of guys that Alabama bringing into the defensive side. But when he added the Husky position, when he added kind of the new flavor on the defensive side, we're getting to see what type of athletes that they're getting. And another thing that we continue to see is length, right? You look at Jordan Edmonds, who's also in, very tall. You look at Dejon Lee, who's already enrolled, very tall. He's got length. Even Edwards right here at 6'2", probably 205 pounds, 210 pounds. Absolute playmaker who also has length as well. I think he fits in very nicely, and I think he's college ready. So let's see what he can do this season as a senior. Got to clearly get all these guys signed, and then once he's going, my goodness, man, this dude is an absolute wrecking ball from the safety position. Who does he remind you of? I'm curious. Inside the comment, who do you think he reminds you of in terms of what he brings? Here he is again, right? Just wait for it. Even the film says. Got the speed, got the power, got the burst. So, look, this is a 5-star all the way. He's the number 2 player in the nation. Let's see how he fares right here in man coverage. All right, good hand placement. All right, we'll do one more. I'm super excited about another pickup right here. There he is. That just super explosive. So, a 5-star, I believe he's the number 2 safety in the country. And I look, you weren't going to get Jet Washington and Edwards in the same class. That just wasn't going to happen. But either one that you got was going to be an absolute slam dunk. Here's a kind of a look back at the commitments that have taken place from the later part of June. I don't have J.J. Finch on here as a defensive lineman, but you have Crowell, right? Max Sutter, who's a tight end, baller. Zay Hall out of beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Xavier Griffin, 5-star. Owen Cabell out of Nashville. Brian Williams out of Florida. Sadarian Morgan out of Alabama. Nolan Wilson out of Mississippi. And then Jeriah Edwards out of Maryland. I want to take a look real quick at kind of the class. in all. And I'll go full screen on this. This is a screenshot from On3. Whether you use On3 24/7, it kind of just highlights who's coming in. And you start with the big dogs right here, and I'll get Jeriah Edwards added to this graphic as well. But Cedarian Morgan, my goodness, absolute 5-star. Jordan Edmonds on that defensive side. You know, Coach Kalen DeBoer has 2 5-stars from Georgia and 2 5-stars from Alabama, right? Xavier Griffin out of Georgia and then Crowell out of Alabama as well. It's still amazing to me that this guy reclassified. Unbelievable highlight tape. You got Nolan Wilson on the 4th of July, which was, I'm kind of curious to see if Nolan Wilson can jump up and be a 5-star when all said and done. Zion Gibson, right, out of Alabama as well. Max Sutter, love this kid's highlight tape. My goodness. Jameer Matthews jumped on early. Jet Thamala, who jumped on and flipped from Iowa State to Alabama. Sam Utu as an offensive lineman out of California. Chris Booker out of Georgia. Cameron Johnson out of Muscle Shoals. And then J.J. Finch a couple of weeks ago. And then you have Javari Barnett, Brian Williams, Owen Cabell, Ryle Kelly, and then Zay Hall out of Tuscaloosa. So, man, it has been amazing. And I think you start to ask, you're like, what's next? Kind of what's on the horizon now that Alabama's been, climbing the rankings. And I think one of the biggest storylines within this class is, you got these 5-stars in, right? 5 5-stars. Maybe Nolan Wilson's get bumps. That would be 6 5-stars. The biggest question going forward, and this is, if you want to break the internet whenever Tank Jones decides to announce when he's, has a commitment date, because I don't think he has a commitment date yet. You're talking about a must-get guy on the defensive side of the ball out of Alabama, right down in L.A., Mobile, Alabama. This guy is fantastic, and he's choosing between Oregon and Texas A&M and Alabama. I think a couple of things. Number one, just because you got Nolan Wilson, that doesn't mean you're going to get not going to get Tank Jones. You could get them both very easily in the class. Alabama has been outbidding Texas. They've been outbidding Miami. Alabama's not broke. Alabama has as much money as anybody else out there. Plus, I think the brand speaks for itself. And look, when's the last time Oregon won a title? When's the last time Texas A&M won a title? Still, Bama is the brand that can get you there and also can send you to the NFL. I think that another thing that the players continue to see when, talking about a player like Tank Jones is savages want to play with savages, period. And the amount of momentum that Alabama has right now, and I know Texas A&M getting theirs, and so is Oregon. They're getting theirs. This guy's an in-state guy. So let me know inside the comment box where you think Tank Jones ends up. Before I go, let me show you this graphic. Here's kind of the dream class scenario, right? You have 2017 on the left, Najee, Alex Leatherwood, Dylan Moses. 2023 in the middle, Keon Keeley, Caleb Downs, Caden Proctor. And then what we're having right now on the far right, Jordan Edmonds, Xavier Griffin, Xavier Crowell, Cedarian Morgan, Jireh Edwards, right? Maybe Tank Jones, maybe Nolan Wilson. Let's say you get Tank Jones and Nolan Wilson gets elevated to a 5-star, that would mean you have 7 5-stars. It just kind of shows you the type of class that is percolating over here in Tuscaloosa. Man, they said that Coach Kalen DeBoer couldn't recruit 5-stars or guys in the Southeast. All those narratives have been put to rest. This recruiting class is absolutely extraordinary. I appreciate you guys being here when news breaks. Think Bama football on YouTube. Please hit the thumbs up on this video. Give it Roll Tide. Let me know where you're watching from inside the comment box. In fact, I'm probably live right now. Go check the live button and have an enjoyable weekend. It is absolutely raining 5-stars here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Catch you next video right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See ya.